All right, guys. Fuller coming with a quick commentary video. I'm wondering, I'm kind of wondering, when it comes to like the divestment movement, because that's the movement that's being pushed on like Clubhouse. You see it being pushed in YouTube channels. You see it being pushed on TikTok and stuff like that. It's being pushed pretty heavily, and I'm just wondering, when these women like get with these guys, do they like are the guys' intention like really like noble intentions, or do the guys just see like vulnerability? And when they see vulnerability, they're like, okay, well, I can take advantage of this woman. She ain't really like what do you call it? Like ain't uh all there. I don't mean all there mentally. I mean just all there emotionally. Like all there like with, I guess you can say, like with all her emotional intelligence. Um, I know the one thing that is said is that like about us is that we're emotionally unavailable. Like that's what the main thing is said. But I think like when it comes to that, we are just I guess you can say we're just guarded. It's guard up for the right reasons, right? But I'm just wondering, like, with this divest movement, I'm not gonna even call it a revolution. I'm just gonna call it the divest movement, which is in line with like the body positivity movement and things like that. And yeah, I'm wondering is if like with like more proofs that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Like what's going to be the outcome of it as a whole, you know? And mind you, I'm a immigrant black, but I live amongst all types of black people, fellow immigrants, non-immigrants, and also like mixed people. So, with that being said, I've learned to be, I guess you can say, what's a good word? Like observant and receptive to what's going on around me. You know what I mean? Um, Now, granted, here where I am, at least, there's not too many of us here. There's not too many Basauans here. There's a handful of Cape Verdeans here, that I tap in with. And there's, I guess you can say, a significant number of Senegalese here. But most of the people are in the East Coast. Most of my people who are ethnically similar to me and culturally similar to me, most of them are in the East Coast, are in Ohio and things like that. So I just see what's going on around me, and with the community that I'm a part of, being like the Cape Verdean community, Senegalese community, Bissau and Guinean community. We meet when we meet, but in the meantime, I'm out here amongst like the regular people. Meaning, I don't mean like we're better. I mean like the how should I put it? Like the homegrown people. You feel me? But I'm just wondering, like this divest thing. I'm wondering if like there's a bigger agenda at hand. Like I'm actually wondering, you know, because there's this thing called social engineering, and it's like and I made a video about it. Social engineering is like when something is programmed into your head where you at first like didn't think anything of it, but then all of a sudden you thought something of it. You basically became like accustomed to it. You know what I mean? You like, for example, with the vaccination. Sorry about that. Typical stuff. But like with the vaccination, you know, at first it was like, okay, you get vaccinated by choice. Then it's like recommended for you to get vaccinated. Then it's like in certain places mandatory vaccination, to a point where someone may be like, are you vaccinated? And then you say no, and they'll be like, ew, get away from me. And you were just cool with that person last week. You know what I mean? Like, so that's social engineering. You know, that's what we mean by social engineering. The same with the Black Lives Matter movement, and that was a social engineered movement. You know, body positivity became socially engineered upon people. So, without further ado, let's get into this new story about a divester, you know, and see what it's hitting for.
Absolutely, they are. And tonight, an Irwin man is in the alley.
So it looks like it happened in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Absolutely, they are. And tonight, an Irwin man is in the Allegheny County Jail accused of killing his girlfriend and then mutilating her body. His family says...
My mistake, but let's listen to this again.
They are. And tonight, an Irwin man is in... Absolutely, they are. And tonight, an Irwin man is in the Allegheny County Jail accused of killing his girlfriend and then mutilating her body.
Now, my question is like, you know, Cynthia G pushes the divesting, you know. As a matter of fact, Cynthia G's whole channel is basically like a black man ain't shit channel. And that means all black men. She even came for like a Nigerian brother who basically was playing hard to get with his current wife. You know what I mean? He came at like a Nigerian descendant brother. So like when it comes to the divesting and stuff like that, the divestment pushing, all black men are open targets, you know, no matter where you're from. So that's the thing. But my question is, in this scenario, I wonder if they met on a dating app. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, did they meet on a dating app, or where did they first meet at? You know what I mean? That's my real question. And my other question is, why did he have to mutilate the body? You know, like, what the hell was the point of mutilating the body? You want to do a horror movie or something like that? Like, what was the point, you know?
His family says his history of mental illness may have an impact on these disturbing developments.
So that's another thing. What they do too to cover their tracks is and this is the double standard of the media. There's always gonna be that, like when like a white person does something, it's not usually cut and dry. They have to dance around the fact that they just did the crime. they have to add, they have to sprinkle like mental illness into it. They have to sprinkle depression into this. They have to sprinkle he was a troublesome kid into it. They sprinkle those things on top of him, but let another race commit the crime, and oh, he's a terrorist. Oh, he's a gang member, and things like that. That's how it works, you know.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 was told by the manager of the Roadway Inn that he discovered blood outside of room 333. He reviewed surveillance video and saw a man step outside the room covered with blood. The manager called police. Investigators with Allegheny County Police say Matthew Gripschaw was covered with blood when they arrived and tried to hide a knife. They discovered the body of his girlfriend, Rochella Anderson, under the bed.
So he just straight out butchered her. He pulled out a Scream movie type thing. You know, that's what he did. He pulled out like a Scream like movie scenario. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. It's hella crazy. Like, doing that, like
criminal complaint.
pulling out like a Scream movie, butchering her. You know, now I don't know her history, you know, and maybe we can look for the history more with her, you know, but you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, the fact that this is her boyfriend, she probably just took heed to the divestment movement and said, oh, well, why not, you know?
It says she was stabbed several times and was scalped. Upon searching the room,
Scalped? Wow, that's crazy. That means, like, if she was scalped, dang, that's crazy, bro. Getting scalped? The hell was he on?
detectives say they found Anderson's scalp and teeth in a bathroom trash can.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy, bro. For real. That's something crazy.
Gripschaw was arrested and taken to Forbes Regional Hospital to be treated for cuts when detectives say he made several statements. The criminal complaint says this about Gripschaw's statements, quote, didn't like murdering a woman, and he was up all night cleaning up from the barbaric act, and had to do what I had to do.
Now, one question is, like, he said I had to do what I had to do. So, I mean, we don't know the situation exactly, like what exactly happened, but it garners the question, like, was there like an altercation or something, or was there something like that that led to him wanting to do those things? Like, did did they have like an altercation where they were going back and forth and they just didn't really see eye to eye? We have to ask ourselves that question, like, what exactly happened? You know, because with a statement like I had to do what I had to do, it kind of opens up another question, like, hey, like, did this, was he, was he, was there like a conflict or what, you know?
Gripschaw's parents tell Pittsburgh's Action News 4 they're devastated and shaken by the events. They say Gripschaw and Anderson were at their home for Christmas and were very close. But they say their son was diagnosed as bipolar at Westmoreland Behavioral Health Services 2 years ago. They also
I wonder, was she aware of this? You know, was she aware of this, him being bipolar or allegedly being bipolar? We don't know. But it garners the question, you know, what was the was you know, was this told to her, you know? And one may argue that, oh, black men killed their women more than like other men do, but can is there like any evidence of that, or is there any like proof of that? Can we like really go off of like the 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 word of mouth, or is there any hard concrete evidence of black men, killing, their women in record rates, as these divestors say?
Say he stopped taking his medication recently, but even in his sickness, they say they would never imagine their son taking another person's life. And tonight, Greg Shaw is charged with criminal homicide, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. He remains in the Allegheny County Jail. Reporting live from Monroeville, Sheldon Ingram, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's the only story right now that I see. Let me see if I can find the history of her. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it looks like that's the only story we see so far. Yeah, but again, another like divester, another divester meets her demise. We have a saying. It's called Jeff Jill, and Jeff Jill means like you reap what you sow. So I don't know, like maybe these people pushing the divesting may want to rethink pushing it, because it really it doesn't benefit like women that much, and I'm going to end on this note. Usually men divest because of the simple fact that they're forced to like really divest, basically. Like they're forced to do so because they've tried to remain race loyal, and they've gotten nothing in return for remaining race loyal, because they have to do so many things, and they have to live up to unrealistic standards when they try to remain race loyal, versus women who divest simply to antagonize men, and to to basically like make it look like the grass is greener on the other side, raise their credit score and gather the resources from these guys. But sometimes though they don't divest to like a higher status guy. Sometimes they divest to like your typical chads, or I should say most of the times they do. And you see what the result is, with doing that. But anyhow, man, leave your thoughts, leave your comments, like and subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Let me know what y'all want me to do a commentary on. If you want to, you can send a video to me to do commentary on. I'll leave my email address, and you can go ahead and send a video. Foolish signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Njara.